I'm naked. I'm naked. Look at me. I'm naked. As God made me, I am naked. Look at me. Look at me. I am but skin. I am but flesh. Born with rock and only a torch. I am naked. I am naked. Oh, thank you. Oh, no, that's on the floor. I thought you gifted me something. But, why? Leave me to die. No, no, not like this. Now finish me, finish me. How could you impair me so? How could you put me in such a position? Now I must live with nothing, nothing. Kill me, naked. Oi, naked, kill me, kill me, kill me. I hate living. I hate being alive. I hate being alive. Kill me, 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 kill me. Me, not him. Kill me, kill me. How's your weekend? I hope it was better than mine. Well, at the very least, good day, Rusk enjoyers. Hope to relax. It's time for the Rust Workshop skin checks. So, maybe it might have been a bit similar, you know. Didn't have a very good weekend. Not too much things worked out very nicely for you. But I can confirm to you at the very least, we have seen some very interesting skins appear in the Rust Workshop over the past weekend. A lot of very interesting collection continuations. I'm not joking, there's a lot to go through today. So, yes. If you're interested, by all means, look in the description right now. Scroll down. Look at all the chapters. We have quite a lot to go through today. And by all means, if you could just look right now, you could see certain collections being mentioned. Maybe something's just caught your eye right now. You're more than welcome to skip ahead, right? All those chapters there for your benefit. Some people just only want to sit here and see if there's any collections they care about. That's fine. Some of you just like to, you know, listen in as Hedge yaps and yaps and yaps. That's also good as well if you want. But again, I just want to make sure everyone's fully well aware. And of course, if you go ahead and look at all these skins in your own time, you're more than welcome to do so. The collection link is listed at the very top of the description of this video right now. So if you go ahead and click that, you better look at all 111 of these skins. So many interesting designs. Lots of crypt themed skins have been produced because, of course, we saw the brand new crypt building skin being added. But yeah, that's for you to look at. I'm only here to look at all the collection continuations. I'm only here to identify potential interesting investments that we could make because, of course, with collection continuations, that tends to be the best part, the interesting thing. So you get the idea. Cool. So sit back, relax then. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start yapping about deployables. Oh, well, what's this? Postcards, transparency, an interesting glow-in-the-dark design. Oh, of course, it's the Cargo Heli collection with a very interesting-looking electric furnace. But it's not the only one. Oh. Well, that's an interesting situation. So yes, two very nice-looking collection continuations for electric furnaces. First of all, we have the Cargo Heli electric furnace, a perfectly fine-looking design. I will remind you, in the past we've had some very interesting transparent designs. We've seen the likes of Small Box, Concrete Barricade, even a bit somewhat recently. But are they actually holding up nicely? That's a good question to ask. So let's go over to here. Type in Cargo Heli. Right, come on, show me, show me. SMM's been a bit funny recently, so I might as well just go over to here and use search and Rust help. Sorry about that. Right, Cargo Heli collection, away we go, and well, there you go. It's not doing the best. Specifically looking at all the deployables, yeah, I think every single one of them's in the negative, except the locker and the small box, which are old. Look at the large box there. Look at the armoured door. Ooh. So, sorry to say, I'm going to sit here and say I don't think the electric furnace is going to have that much of an impact. But by all means, if you like its design, if you think it looks nice, consider showing support. Maybe even consider voting yes or no if you'd like to see it being accepted in an upcoming Rust store. But I should point this out. Votes don't actually matter. Like, at the end of the day, what gets accepted is based on what Face Punch likes. That's it, right? So I just want to make sure you're fully well aware of that. Just be aware, as much as you might vote, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. We've seen some skins have hardly any traction in terms of like votes and whatnot, and then they still get accepted. So, yep, cool, understood. But at the very least, if you vote, skin creators can still see. And of course, if you really want to go ahead and offer your own words, your lovely, lovely words of encouragement and whatnot, comment here in the comment section. It really does go a long way if you offer some nice kind words to those skin creators. Right, so that might not potentially lead to any interesting investments. But what about this? Neon Electric Furnace Cyan Blue. Of course, you might notice, hang on a minute, don't we already have the neon electric furnace right there? Yes. But it's red. Oh. So here's a good question to ask. Do you really need a furnace collection, more specifically electric furnace collection? Because you might sit there and say, well, I might need one for metal, and high quality metal, and sulfur. Well, red, blue, yellow, maybe. But do you need it? If you've got like a proper well-established base set up, when you have like all the pipes set up, and you know, if it's done cooking, it'll send it to a different storage and whatnot. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you really need like color categorized furnaces? Maybe you need it because it'll look aesthetically pleasing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your opinion. Feel free to comment below right now. What do you think? Would you like to see it happen? Do you need it? Do you want to see more than just 3 colours, for example? Right, let me also just quickly go ahead and remind you, Duck has made a lot of very interesting neon skins over the past couple of years. Of course, this neon collection originally started off as just a large box collection. So let's go all the way back over to here, to 2021, and you'll see all of them accepted. But then again, 2 years ago, we started seeing small boxes and various other deployables. But notably, look at the lockers. Now, they weren't like brand new Skinnables back then, but specifically looking at the full kit locker, the first locker to be accepted among the 3, that did over 40,000 subscribers. Now, that is absurd. That is ridiculous. But because it got 2 more after it, it got all the boosts, it got all the support, it got all the extra buy orders, and to this day, that's actually in the positive. Now, again, the way it's categorized, full kit, that could mean anything. There's a lot of usage out of that. Whereas, you know, this specifically is the hazmat locker, and this specifically is the roadside locker. But this right here, well, it's diverse, it's got all the support, and, well, there you go, it worked out perfectly fine. The point I'm trying to get across is, that only ended up with 3 of them there, but one still worked out perfectly fine. It was the first one. This is obviously selling pretty absurdly. Right now, it's just short of 50,000 subscribers. That was what I was expecting, you know, after a full 7 days, but nope. We've still got a couple more days after this, don't we? Yeah. But it's still going to be over 50,000. The main point is that's a lot of sales. That's pretty ridiculous. But if we were to see a collection continuation, I do believe that'll still work out perfectly fine. Will it actually be accepted, though? That's the question. That's... oh, God, I lost my tongue there. That's the question. So, gotta watch the Abnormal Barters tomorrow. Do not forget, Twitch drops tomorrow. I will be streaming. Look at the description. Scroll down. You see the link to my Twitch. After I get the Twitch Rivals Handmade NMG, and don't forget about that, 30 minutes of time, you have to watch specifically the Twitch Rivals channel. I will then be on stream, and then we'll showcase like these furnaces and whatnot, and we'll question, are we actually to see the collection continuation, or will that only be a single skin and that's it? If we do see Cyan Blue Electric Furnace, I do believe that will actually do all right. But if we don't, I worry about it, and I most likely will just stick with a lowball buy order. So it's a coin flip. Do we actually see it happen, or will we see other designs potentially being accepted like so? It's a guessing game. It's not fun, these guessing games, is it? Nope. But at the very least, a yellow one next week as well, I reckon. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, right, so best luck to Duck. Let's see if that works out nicely. And now we have the Volcanic Barricade. It is a 3rd attempt. It is the version 3. Let's go ahead and remind you, in the past we have seen some interesting volcanic skins. Now, earlier this year, we did see the rug. So we had the rock, we had the furnace, and then we had the rug. Before we even saw this being accepted, both of these 2 pieces, they weren't really doing that well. But of course, after this appeared, they've been doing quite alright. Out of these 3 skins, I more specifically look at the rug. Now, by default, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, cool, a glow-in-the-dark rug. Now, by default, glow-in-the-dark rugs, they do tend to be appreciated, more specifically, marketable ones. You might point out, Hedge, haven't we seen like Twitch drops and kick drops? Yes. But they've also got like logos all over it and whatnot, and people don't... But a marketable rug like this, which is more like a material, like you could put that on the floor, you could put it on your walls, your ceiling, and it looks quite literally as if it's all lava. The floor is lava. Wow. Anyway, when I first saw that, I could see it working out quite alright. We did the barders as well. Looked like it would hold. I actually went ahead and bought a decent amount of these. I can't remember. I think it was like 30. Anyway, I think that's the best thing to approach among the 3 skins. As you'll notice, it's actually Blurt's Rust or priced right now. So if you to go ahead and pick some up, alright, shouldn't be too bad. But look how thin it is. By default, I was expecting as we go through the summertime, more specifically the summer peaks, so that's July and August time, I thought this will rise back up and actually end up in the positive. I still believe that's going to happen. But if we do happen to get a collection continuation before, well, July, August, I still believe that'll go up in price. I would be surprised if that goes all the way up to and above $3, maybe even more. It's very thin, and it looks like it could easily rise up. So, but the potential there for a nice investment, I'm just going to say, that's looking pretty viable. So, all right, cool. You are aware, but I'm going to make a move. Well, there you go. Anyway, best luck to Mr. K. Vladimir and Mr. Italic Pro Grib. Let's see if that works out nicely. What deplorable would you like to see being made next? Go for a comp below. Best luck. Okay, so we got the Apotheosis of War Fridge, but we have this particular version here, and we have this version here as well. So this right here is the more generic design we've seen in all the previous Apotheosis of War skins, but this one, it might be a little bit too morbid, and if you look at it closely, you might be able to notice why. Personally, I think the skin creator could have just made the guy like on his knees, yelling at the world, why? Something like that, you know. So maybe, but he's provided two versions. I wouldn't be surprised that this is the more likely one to be accepted. Hey, you never know. Maybe Facepunch likes that. Maybe they'll approve. We'll see. I will sit here and say to the skin creator, there's no like shame in doing a third version. I have read the comments as well, you know, so preference with this version here. So yeah, regardless, potential brand new Apotheosis of War skin. Let's go ahead and look up the Apotheosis of War skins overall. You might recall we've had an Armour double door, a bed, oh my, okay, you're doing good. So, we have recently seen some interesting skins being accepted so far. If we were to see the fridge being accepted, I can't help to assume they'll do even better, including the Armour double door. Now, this is struggling because this came out during the month of March, when the focused item of the month was the Armour double door. So, whilst this is accepted like 2 weeks in, after that we saw 3 more skins being accepted after it, and they got a lot more attention. But with the bed, with the garage door being accepted, this has been improving. So if we were to see the fridge, whichever version it might be, that's only expected to do better. But these two right here, oh, I can't help but assume they'll be rising up ever so nicely if these were to be accepted. So let's just take a quick look at the bed. This sold for a high price of $3.49. That's pretty ridiculous. And yet still, with the Revolver of the garage door, oh, it rose up ever so nicely. So just short of $5. But if I go over to here, yep, you can clearly see when a particular garage door was accepted. Do you see it? Do you spot it? Oh, I wonder what caused this to happen. So yes, I do believe people are appreciating the Apotheosis of War skins. It really wouldn't surprise me if either of these versions were to be accepted, those pre-existing skins would be going up. So, alright then, cool, fair enough. Do you like what you see? Which version do you personally prefer? Feel free to offer your opinion. Best luck to Icona. What deplorables could he do next? I'm not sure, actually. Maybe a locker. Locker couldn't hurt. It's alright. Best luck to you. Best luck to you. Over to here. Bazbay's sealed Horde with a rug design. Interesting. Now, of course, we'll just quickly point out to you. They got their first ever skin accepted as the satchel charge right over to here. But this is another sort of scenario situation with tomorrow when we do the abnormal barders. That right there is abnormal. It's priced at $2.49 though. I'm going to take a quick look at the satchel charge skins of the past. Oh boy, they're not looking very good. Now the older ones are quite alright. It's the newer ones that are a problem. And lo and behold, that's the newer one. So, you skin the satchel charge, you chuck it in the wall, it explodes, it's gone. Are people going to really go through the effort in trying to skin these? I'm not really confident people care that much. You know, grenades, satchel charges, anyway. It's a perfectly fine looking glow-in-the-dark design. I'm just not sure if a rug being accepted is going to really cause like a satchel charge to spike them on spike in price. Not really feeling it. Regardless, it's a perfectly fine looking skin. I will sit here and say though, sheep in the door, armored door with the chains and whatnot, that looked really cool. That's up to Mr. Bazbay. So we'll see what it produces next. I just don't think a rug's going to really make that much of a difference for a satchel charge. Maybe the satchel charge would just be all by itself, down in price. But if we did end up with like a deplorable collection after that, all the deplorables I can imagine do quite right. These are some nice looking skins. So best luck to you, Mr. Bazbay. I'm just not thinking this will have much of an impact on the pre-existing skin at the moment. So yeah, sorry about that. Oh my. Now if you're wondering how can we look at this furnace now after electric furnaces are the brand new skinnable. I thought that'd be the first thing we should talk about. So over to here, this is actually a version 2 of the Fallen collection has made a return. Now, Rob Star, I did like mention the idea of bringing back Fallen Collection, but I wanted to see Fallen Tier 3. Yeah, you might sit there and say, why do you need Fallen Tier 3, Hedge? I'll show you. So let's just go look up the Fallen Collection on SCMM. There you go. Do you see why I want it now? Regardless, it's very interesting to see all the clothing armors worked out quite all right. But then again, I did consider it to be a nice cheap desert camouflage. Pants, not so much, and well, that's clearly obvious, isn't it? Anyway, we haven't had a deployable yet. In the past, there have been attempts, but we haven't had a deployable yet. It wouldn't surprise me if we do potentially see it, though, because, you know, lots of bones. Recently got the crypt building skin. You know, it adds up, it works, it makes sense. So, yeah, maybe that'll work out quite all right. We'll see, we'll see. What's your opinion, though? Do you reckon that's enough bones, enough skulls? Maybe it's not enough? Well. But yeah, that looks fine. So, yeah, I welcome it. I think people appreciate. I'm just not sure if it's going to really have that much of an impact on this collection here. It's all clothing and a sword. Maybe it's the beginning of so much more. Maybe we eventually do see the sleeping bag and the large box and the concrete barricade and the chair being accepted. So, we'll see, we'll see. Regardless, what do you think? Best luck to Mr. Robstar. Let's see if that works out nicely for you. Oh, look at that. Right, so of course, we've got a brand new crypt building skin. Of course, it's a perfect time for a base box to be produced. So, of course, over to here, as we look at this and look at the previous skins. Well, okay, well, that's already gone down in price. Base boxes have been around for a while now. We have got the occasional, like, other one. I would sit here and say that's more like a monument, settlement, a building. Yes, yes. Anyway, so that's already gone down in price. That, it literally was in the previous store, and I sold the least as well compared to all of these. And yet it's still matching up to where these are at the moment. So I'm going to sit here and say, I don't think a brand new crypt box is going to really, like, save anything. Like, independently by itself, I mean, you know, still perfectly fine looking skin. Looks cool, you know. I respect it. I like it. But I'm not really thinking it's going to really cause that much to change. So, all right, cool. Fair enough. What building skins are we missing? Adobe? Brick. Oh, space station. Loads of people still want to see some space themed skins being produced, Mr. 38. Space station building skin for a base box would actually, yeah, that'll go hard. Yeah, I would definitely consider that. So, best luck to you then. Speaking of space themed skins, well, look at that. Lost Souls made a return, and oh, we got a sheep matador. A nice, solemn approach with a lovely glow-in-the-dark design. Yes, yes. So, if I could quickly remind you, Lost Soul Collection has actually been around for quite some time, but these two skins, 47,000 plus subscribers, over 20,000, came out years ago, and unfortunately, they've suffered ever since. Now, this came out somewhat recently. This came out during January 22, the 22nd of January, 2026, and, well, if I could just go over to here and look at this. We did question, would this actually work out quite all right in the future if we were to see some more space-themed skins being accepted? Well, at the moment, it's still below its rustle price, but it's not too far off. A good few sales and suddenly it's back up to its rustle price and potentially goes up even higher. Only 33 listed at the moment. Like, look how thin it is. So, looking at its current position, I honestly believe if we were to see the sheep in the door being accepted, that would rise up nice. Very good. Very good. But it's not the first time we've had this discussion. We've also seen an electric furnace recently, a sheep meta double door, and an armor double door. I've said this multiple times. Have we succeeded yet? No, because none of them have been accepted. Maybe the sheep meta door is going to be different. We'll see. But, yeah. We'll see if it actually happens. That is a very nice looking skin. And I think a lot of people would be appreciating it. So best luck to Algorithm. I do believe it will cause the garage door to work out very nicely. Still not sure about the AK and the large box, but specifically the garage door. Very interesting thing. So, alright, cool. Well, best luck to you. Let's now move on and talk about Gothic Veil again. What? Why are we here? Didn't we already talk about this garage door? An interesting glow-in-the-dark design? Well, a change was made. They added dragons. Hang on a minute. Wouldn't it have made more sense with gargoyles? Gargoyles, yeah? So, Yeah, there's two versions of this. One is just a perfectly fine glow-in-the-dark design. The other is actually a transparent design. So as you look up real close with the inner portion of the circle there, oh, you can see through it. Okay, that looks cool. That's a perfectly fine looking garage door design. And of course with the Gothic Veil skins, let's go ahead and look at you. So Gothic Veil, we'll click that. Yep, both of the skins are still holding up very nicely. You might recall I bought 50 of the sheet metal double doors. And that right now is actually doing pretty good. Not up insanely high in price, but it's up by $1. Still profitable. Very thin though. Not too many listings, very thin. If we were to see the garage door being accepted, I really wouldn't be surprised if that works out stupendously. And of course, we also happen to have a single sheet metal door as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at you, because by default, I don't trust sheet metal door skins as nice investments. And yet right now, this is still retaining its value quite nicely. This is actually doing pretty good. Look at that. Okay. With all due respect, that's pretty sweet. If we do see a sequel, that'll only do better. But if we don't, it wouldn't surprise me if it eventually slowly starts to suffer. I have noticed though, let's just quickly go over to here, because even the skin creator acknowledges it. What's he pairing this up with in the pictures? Oh, Crypt building skin. Have other people been appreciating Gothic Veil with the Crypt building skin? Have you? Well, comment below, offer your opinion. So best of luck to, I can't pronounce that, I'm so sorry. If you want to tell me how to pronounce it, I'm more than happy to learn. But yes, yep, that's a perfectly fine looking sequel for Gothic Veil. But what next? All we've seen is doors so far. Give me a table, give me a chair. Oh, that'll look nice. Alright, anyway, best luck to you. And it is a resubmission, I believe, for the Hamza sheet metal double door, although I think it has been tweaked. See, in the past, with the previous version, we had the lighting sort of portion to the side there. Well, now, it's not going over the pictures, it's quite literally just on the top. So, okay. Yeah, that's fine, you know. You can see all the lovely little plushies there and whatnot. I will sit here and say this, we are aware there's a new plushie on the horizon. We're not sure what specifically it's for, but it has been mentioned on the commits. So, I guess, Aaron, you could wait it out a little bit longer, find out what that brand new plushie is. There you go. You've got something to add to a brand new skin. But what will it be? Because all we've seen so far are doors. Now, I'm not opposed to Hamza collection. You know, I invested into it. I could see that people would appreciate the anime style. But we have seen quite a lot of anime skins recently as well, haven't we? Just going to point that out. Garage door, good. Sheet metal door, good. Easter garage door, also good. Not as good, but still good. Anyway, 50,000 plus subscribers in the positive. 40,000 plus subscribers in the positive. 26,500 still slightly in the positive. That's cool. That's nice. But if we were to see a sheet metal double door, yes, yes, yes. I can't help but assume all of that was Sparkle Price ever so nice. Let's go over to here and take a look. Let me remind you, it has been a while since we saw the Easter garage door being accepted. This right here is currently priced at just over $4, as you'll notice. But as we scroll down and see, yeah, it's been a bit of a slow. It's been on a bit of a slow downward trend as of recent. So when we saw collection continuations, it go up, it happy, it nice. But then after that, it drops off. We did kind of see that as well before we saw the sheep in the door. So, okay. If we see a sequel, what do you reckon's going to happen? Well, I have reason to believe I'm sure that would also go back up again. So, same would apply with the sheep in the door as well. That's in a pretty good spot, but it could be better. All we need to see is some brand new skins being accepted. So, okay, cool. Well, best luck to Erin. But is it just going to be doors forever? I know they did try for a furnace. I guess it doesn't hurt, you know, couldn't hurt for an electric furnace. Yeah, Hamza electric furnace. You can draw her, but like she's got a bit of fire on her head. Going, yeah. Well, I mean, it works. There you go. There's an idea. Right, so best luck to Erin. I do believe with that being accepted, it would cause the pre-existing skins to work out very, very nicely. So, all right, cool. Best luck. And then for the last deployable, we have gold. Always believe in yourself. Yeah, moving on. So, an Armour double door has been produced for the Gold Chains collection. That's the other side. This is the actual front side, I do believe. It is a perfectly fine, shiny looking design. Get a good look at that. So, all right. Looking at the Gold Chains collection, you might sit there and say, that's a bit of a funny looking collection. Yes. Yes. No deployable yet, though. So we've got 2 pairs of gloves, a backpack, and a pair of boots. And a poncho. And a poncho. So no tier 2 hoodie and pants or tier 3, no. They did try twice, but Face Punch just didn't want it. I don't know. Anyway, so it's not exactly doing stupendous, is it? No. You never know. Maybe we do see tier 2 hoodie pants and whatnot. Anyway, focusing the idea of potentially seeing an Armour double door. I really don't know what to say. I don't think it'll cause any of that to spike on Spiker price. Maybe some of it. We'll see. It's mostly due to the fact that it's just a bit of a funny collection. I like the skin. I think it looks cool. So at the very least, props to Sage Chains and Demon. I like it. It's just, will it happen? Or will it not? Will we get like a different sort of random door? The collection is odd in its current state, but it's not really their fault. They tried. They've made lots of very interesting skins. It's just, yeah, Face Punch decides at the end of the day. So, yeah. Well, best luck to you regardless. Now, let's move on and start yapping about the weapons and the tool skins. Oh. A transparent rock? What? So let's just put that out of the way. Here, good look at this. We've got a glow-in-the-dark transparent rock. So you've got like the frills there, the jellyfish, and you can see through them. I can see my hand there. Okay. You know what, with all due respect, yep, mushroom soup, that's actually very clever. Like, if you could think of a transparent rock design, what would you say? Comment below. Like, something that's thematically pleasing. Like, you could see like the frills there. Yeah, no, that's clever. Props to you. It also happens to glow in the dark. So let's go ahead and just quickly talk about that. You know what? I could just go back to February Force Wipe. I'm thinking of the jelly head wrap. Jelly head wrap. Yeah, that's what it's called. An interesting burlap head wrap design. It has gone down in price. This did happen to sell for $2 in the Rust store. As you'll notice, it's not $2. It's 83 cents. Burlap head wrap skins. Glow in the dark burlap head wrap skins. Ooh. So we're not surprised to see that this happened. But would a rock cause that to spike a price ever so nice? I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I'm doubting it. I don't think a lot of people will be able to make the connection and remember this and then consider buying it. Regardless, though, I do happen to like that rock. It does look very cool. So, by all means, if you like it, consider offering a nice little comment if you really happen to like it. You know, make it known, right? Make it known that you like it so the skin creator can see. You can vote as well if you want to. But again, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters in terms of what gets accepted is if Face Punch likes it. And you can sit there and question, what do they like? We have no idea. So best luck to mushroom soup. I like it. What about you, though, viewer? What do you think? Well, I think you might happen to like that. Ooh. So, what do we have right there? Yes, it's the Ice Cold Salvaged Axe. A very interesting shiny design. It is currently the second highest selling Salvaged Axe skin so far. None of those other skins seem to be working out very nicely at the moment. It's a brand new skinnable, we're not surprised. But none of those Salvaged Axes have a Icepick counterpart. Interesting. So if this were to be accepted, would the Salvaged Axe actually spike a spiker price ever so nice? I want to quickly point this out to you. Stone Tools. Stone Tools are actually doing quite alright. Maybe it's a lack of skins being accepted, which most likely is the answer. Positive, the vast majority in the positive. Cool. And I'll look up Stone Pickaxe as well. So Stone Pickaxe. You'll notice a trend here, don't worry. So overall, of all of these, the majority are in the positive as well. Now look at standard hatchet skins. What went wrong? Not sure. I actually don't understand. Why do people not care about regular hatchet skins? Why do people not care about regular pickaxe skins? You know? Some people have said, well, you know, maybe people prefer to use the DLC skins instead, which, okay, I mean, sure, but really? Like, the vast majority of skins here are down bad. But then, of course, we could just look up Icepicks, which overall haven't had tons of skins accepted. But, I got to type in salvaged Icepick. Oh, there you go. Right. Oh. Oh. Huh. I was expecting these to still be suffering and struggling. Nope. Positive, 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 positive. Huh. You know what? I kind of feel like I'm a little bit more enthusiastic for this now. But then again, the recent Salvaged axes. If we were to see the first ever instance of a Salvaged tools pairing, is that actually going to work out quite alright? I guess it would get that boost initially. I don't think it'd be super profitable after that, though. Well, we'll see. Never know. It could turn into a proper collection hedge. Like, well, what could we see on a jackhammer after this? A hammer? Yeah, hammer would also be good. Like, you could have like a full-fledged proper set of tools that are all nice and icy cold. True. That would be pretty cool. Well, Lefty, it's in your hands. I know you're a brand new skin creator. You just got your first ever skin being accepted, so props to you. Best luck to you. But yeah, what's next? Because I would like to see that happen. I'm just not sure if it's definitely going to happen. But it would technically be the first instance of a Salvaged tool pairing. So, you know, and are we going to see actual submissions now of Salvaged tools together? So, Salvaged axe, Salvaged Icepick, we'll see. So, best luck to you. Let's see if that works out nice. That Salvaged axe is looking to be pretty sweet. But that'll be a situation where we discuss it tomorrow when we do the abnormal barders, because it has sold a lot. We still have to question, and you know, is the Icepick like actually going to work out all right? So, cool. That's a different type of ice cold skin. That right there is the Cold Hunter Revolver, and yes, it does happen to have transparency, but not the type of transparency you're probably assuming initially. So there's actually two versions of this revolver, standard and this, and that's the same amount of transparency we see on the Heatseeker Revolver. But not the Old Pirate and the Olympus Revolver. Those remove the square right here. So, still gives you an extra bit of vision. The two prongs to the side there are invisible. I should remind you right now, out of all the Revolver skins, what's the most pricey ones? Let's go ahead and point this out, because you might be surprised to find out the recent Revolver skins we have seen being accepted are actually doing quite alright. So, highest price, please. And you might notice, oh, wow, Heatseeker Revolver's over $10. We also happen to have Olympus Revolver here at $6.50. Scroll. We also happen to have the Old Pirate Revolver there at just about $5. Ooh. So, all the recent revolvers we have seen, again, let's go look at them by newest. They're doing good. They're doing very good. Alaka's skins being accepted. Something you always will use at some point, at least in the early game of Rust. It's a perfect combination. But that right there has the exact same transparency we see on this Cold Hunter Revolver. So let's also go ahead and point out the Cold Hunter collection, because, yep, it is a weapon-only collection. By default, you'll have heard me many times, Hedge doesn't trust weapon-only collections. With all due respect, I have to respect this one. Now, the majority of them are in the positive, but it's all the old ones, the older skins. Skins that have been around for at least 4 years. They're doing quite all right. But with these more recent skins, it's a bit... Ugh. But then again, handmade LMGs, combat knives, how often do you use them and skin them? True. Water pipe's doing all right. But then again, how many water pipe skins have we seen recently? So, okay, fair enough. Like, a Cold Hunter Revolver with, like, you know, somewhat useful transparency, it's going to work out nice. It's going to do good. So, yes... I personally don't think that Revolver will cause any of the pre-existing skins to spike on spike price. No, no, it's not going to budge anything, is it? No. But independently, yes, I do believe people will be appreciating that. So I look forward to it. Best luck to Mr. MDE. Let's see if that gets accepted. But just to confirm once again, there's actually two versions. There's one without transparency. But I thought, you know what, let's certainly just bother looking at the one with transparency. That's what, you know, that's the one you care about, isn't it? So anyway, moving on. Oh. Speaking of transparency, what do we have over here? Oh, it's another white, interesting weapon skin with a lot of transparency. It's the optimized MP5. So, over to here. Let's go to the previous week. How's the AK doing? Ooh. So, it is in the positive. Initially, I was expecting some suffering because it did sell quite a fair bit. And you know what? It looks like it's starting to catch up to it because we're starting to see a lot more listings being made. But then again, it's still getting a lot of sales every day as well. So, as you'll see, 93 listings, 78 are sold in the past 24 hours. It is quite thin. If we do see another weapon skin being accepted, I think a lot of people are just going to be like, oh, okay, looks like we're getting a proper collection now. And yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that goes all the way up to $5 and beyond. If we do see a full-fledged, interesting, transparent aim sight white weapon collection, yes, I do believe the AK is going to be doing wonderful. regardless, I think that's going to work out nicely anyway. You might recall we also happen to have the Python. Is that actually doing quite... No, it hasn't changed. People aren't appreciating that, but they are appreciating this. So, okay, cool. So, other than that, transparent aim sight looks perfectly fine. I'm sure a lot of people will be liking this. I think a lot of people will be greatly appreciating potentially seeing that in a Rustar. But what's your opinion? Feel free to comment below. Also, what weapon skin would you like to see the skin creator prioritize next? What should he be focusing next? Again, offer your opinion. Best of luck to you, E. Let's see if that works out right. Over to here. No matter what, we're always going to see Señor Tomato. That's a perfectly fine red looking design. It is an interesting tomato-y design. But Señor Tomato, how are you currently holding up? Are you super in demand? Well, to be honest with you, you're not doing too bad. Not doing that bad. I will sit here and say this. A lot of these skins here, they don't really have that many listings in the Steam market. So every time we've seen like a new skin being accepted, oh so suddenly it's all in the positive for some reason. Because again, like some people react pretty quickly, they'll buy a few of the skins, and that's all we really need. Just a few sales, and then suddenly all the skins look as if they're actually in demand. They look as if they're actually in the positive. So this right here, it's a fine looking Thompson. I've got nothing against it. I just don't personally think it's going to cause the pre-existing skins to spike on spike price that much. Because by default, you should expect it anyway with Señor Tomato. Alright then, well, best luck with the goofy face and whatnot. Are you a Señor Tomato enjoyer? What are your thoughts in regards to what we see here? Moving on. Ooh. So, let me just quickly go ahead and say we have seen an interesting batch of pump shotgun skins being produced. So, we've got 3 collection continuations this weekend. The Odyssey pump shotgun is right there. An interesting red design. Apparently has a cut sight. So let's go ahead and look at this. Aim down, please. Where's the aim down the sight image? Chino, aim down, please. That's not aiming down. Aim it down. ADS. ADS. So, you might recall, we've had the Odyssey. Oh, here we go. I had to spell Odyssey off by heart. Odyssey SAR. Was that the early skin? I swear we had like a combat knife. Yes, we did. Odyssey combat knife, Odyssey SAR, but both of them are like down 56 and down 22. It could be better. It's a weapon-only collection. I don't think you're going to see either of those skins spike on spike price if we were to see this being accepted. But hey, it's still a perfectly fine looking design. I like it. Oh, there you go. There you go. Sorry about that. I sincerely apologise. That's what we want to see. Is that a transparent hole in the middle? Okay. You could, like, stick a needle through that. Right, okay. I'm not sure if that's going to be super helpful transparency, but he did it because he thought it was funny, I'm sure. So anyway, that's fine. That's a perfectly fine looking pump shotgun. So, yep, if you like what you see, if you're a fan, consider showing support. Best luck to Mr. Chino. Over to here. Well, that just so happens to be the Black Diamond pump shotgun. A very nice looking shiny design. Look at that. And then, of course, Black Diamond collection. How's that currently holding up? Is that doing A-OK? Let's get a good look at you. So, Black Diamond. Oh. So, with the weapon skins, you might notice only one of them's doing all right. Sap's actually doing quite all right as well. So, we've got 2 successes, and the rest of them are a bit meh. But you might notice they're not doing that bad. Look at it again around July and August time. Summer peaks time. I'm sure we could see some improvement. But by itself, we are going to see a lot more pump shotgun skins. So, we could have some problems down the line. Especially if we see some other very interesting shiny skins being produced. But that right there is a perfectly fine looking collection continuation. By default, I think people will be appreciating it. In fact, looking at these over here, sorry about this. What do I see in terms of pump shotguns? Of course, we've got the ever so nice and colourful design that is Popstar right now. If I was to look for like a proper black design, there's no like full on black pump shotgun skin. Would that make it a lot more appealing? Would that make it a lot more invested into? I don't know. What's your opinion? Anyway, looks shiny, looks cool. It's got diamond encrusted designs, yes, but we'll see if that works out all right. So yeah, looks nice. Best luck to skin creators Bad Trip and Hulk. Let's see if it works out nicely. But let's see if it actually leads to an interesting amount of skin sparkling on sparkling price. I don't think that's going to cause that much. but it would be nice by itself. So, okay, cool. Moving on. Okay, so what's this? An iridescent cut aim sight pump shotgun. Well, can I aim down the sight, please? Uh-oh. When we aimed at the sight, what we're looking at? Okay, that's fine. So what's transparent here? I don't actually know. Looks like a perfectly fine looking pump shotgun. I just don't fully see where the transparency is. Well, that's a perfectly fine looking tiger. Let's go over to here and look up the Heat Seeker collection. Heat Seeker Summer. Right, over to here. AK's doing good, SAR's doing good, MP, it's all doing good. Except the SKS, it's all doing good. But give it time, I do believe that will recover. But based on what we're looking at over to here, I wouldn't be sure if this pump shotgun's actually going to cause any of this to spike them on, spike a price that much, because it's already doing good. These skins are doing A-OK. We just talked about how the Revolver's doing very nicely at the moment, aren't we? $9? Huh? Did it lose $1? Might be due to listings and whatnot. Anyway, that's already doing wonderful. So, maybe they'll appreciate this, or maybe none of these skins will appreciate that appearing. But the more the merrier, I guess, so who knows what else we'll see in the future. Then back over to here. Could this be the pump shotgun that gets accepted? Or could something else potentially take its place? We'll see. 3 interesting pump shotgun skin designs have been submitted. Which one will be the victor? What do you reckon? And again, go look through the collection of all the skins as well. There's a lot of pump shotgun skins that are submitted. It is the focus title of the month, so that's not too surprising. We very likely could have a Rust store where we would have 2 pump shotguns at the same time. Same would apply with the electric furnaces, but cool. You get the idea. Cool. So, moving on from there, we've got the Legacy Kevlar LR300. But I do believe we also happen to have, yes, a training LR300 as well. So 2 LR300s looking perfectly fine, but would they actually have an impact on their pre-existing skins? That is a lot of transparency right there. Ooh, look at that. And then over to here, do I see a lot of transparency here? Or is it just a standard design? That right there is just a standard design. So, okay, we've noticed the clear difference between training LR300 and Legacy LR300. But what about their collections? Legacy Kevlar, show me what you look like. That is not what I'm looking for. Legacy Kevlar, there we go, much better. This has been improving. This is doing pretty sweet. I was surprised to see the skins that are doing very good at the moment have been doing very good for the past couple of years or so. No. We knew that some of the skins here were going to be perfectly fine. But if we were to see a brand new weapon skin, is any of this going to actually spike and spike in price? I don't think so. But if we do start dabbling into and seeing a lot of interesting weapon skins being produced and accepted, hey, the more the merrier. I believe the Clothing and Armour would eventually start to appreciate that. So yes, we only have 2 skins right now that are currently below the roster price. You could give them a quick look. But I should remind you, Legacy Kevlar came out and it sold absolutely absurd numbers. Okay? So I'm just going to point this out. Don't be surprised. If we were to see the LR300, it might sell quite a lot, but then eventually drops off. But yes, that's only just about managed to reach back up to the price it sold from the Rust store. And yes, someone decided it was an incredibly smart thing to do to go ahead and list 42 of them. Other people exist. Anyway, so I'm not really sure what to jump onto. Maybe just grab one of each if you want to start investing into it. Only if you truly believe the LR300 will be accepted. But hey, we'll see. So, looks fine though. Looks nice. I've got no other things to say. So, best luck to Kosem, Slaloster, and Sunny Boy. Let's see if that gets accepted. But over to here with this training LR300, it will be a bit different. Yes, there's a collection behind this. But training weapon skins, they have not been performing very nicely, ever. So, yeah. That limited edition training SKS is completely by itself. But the skins we see here, they are not working out very nicely, are they? No. So, sorry to say, but I don't really expect that much with this LR300. I don't think with that being accepted, it'll cause any of the pre-existing skins to spike a price at all. So, sorry, but that's what I'm thinking. Regardless, best luck to Mystery and Swanspur. Let's see if that works out nicely for you. And now we move on to Clothing and Armour. So we've actually got 2 backpack skins immediately to showcase to you. Knights Templar, Black Ops. All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and talk about them. Black Ops, how you doing? So Black Ops collection. We've recently saw Tier 2 being accepted. Tier 3 right there is working out A-OK. If we were to see the backpack, would we see the clothing and armour work out all right? Or rather, just the armour. Where's the hoodie pants? Anyway, to be honest with you, I think that would be appreciating it. We need to see hoodie and pants actually getting accepted at some point in the future. But if we still get like boots and gloves, backpack, I could still see that work out quite all right. I wonder if they're going to save the hoodie and pants until it's like the actual summertime. When kids are out of school, they'll see a lot of these skins. They'll buy a lot of them. Are you feeling confident that we will see more of the Black Ops collection? Do you truly believe that we'll see the hoodie and pants eventually? Boots and gloves. Do you believe with a backpack that'll spike them on spike and price? At the end of the day, I'm still questioning it a lot. The Tier 2 and the Tier 3 have already spiked them on spiked in price already. Maybe this could be a situation we just kind of like maybe walk away. Or just put down a good barter in the skins. You never know, might be able to pick them up. But yeah, I think that's all in a good spot. So Black Ops backpack, a perfectly fine looking design. But still not convinced you're going to be working out perfectly fine either. So anyway, produced by Holodner. I like it. I've got nothing against it. It's just, yeah, backpacks. Have they really made a massive impact on a pre-existing, somewhat complete clothing armor set? And then with the Knights Templar, well, I can confirm to you at the very least, we do have a complete Knights Templar collection. Let's go ahead and showcase that to you. So Knights Templar. Show me. There we go. And boom. So we've got all the clothing armor. We even got a jacket recently. Unfortunately, that jacket's kind of dropping off a fair bit. But I will sit here and say, with a backpack and this, I think the jacket would appreciate that. So let's go ahead and take a look at you on the Steam market. How much did you sell for again? That sold for $3.49. Right here, though, as you'll notice, that's only got 27 listings. That is not that much. And when you look at the layout of the listings, that can easily rise all the way back up to its restore price. You're looking at just basically like 10 sales. That's it. Huh. And of course, if we were to see the backpack, maybe that would still cause it to spike a price ever so nicely. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on. That is the most approachable clothing armor piece so far out of the Knights Templar collection. Because again, all of that's been doing very good over the past couple of years or so. It's in demand. People want to run around as Templars apparently. So that is what it is. So moving on from there, HellCore Tier 2. So, HellCore Collection, as you might notice, we've recently seen some skins being accepted. HellCore Collection, away we go. Right, I'm starting to notice a lot more positivity. I did go ahead and buy 50 each of these. I felt convinced we would see Tier 3 and Tier 2 eventually. Well, Tier 2 has now appeared. If that were to be accepted, yes, of course, I truly believe 100% the hoodie pants to spike a price and very nicely. Would it hold? Not sure, but I am expecting that. New core pieces being accepted, pre-existing core pieces, oh, they appreciate that, and they work out nicely. So, yeah. Hoodie and pants specifically, if you missed out on these, well, you probably could still jump in. You know, they would be slightly more higher based on what they were selling for not long ago, but maybe it's worth it. Very thin, hardly any listings. I am surprised by that. But then again, I was talking about these two skins in particular with the first 24 hours of sales, making a big fuss how they're selling not that much. Maybe in the further future, they could work out as very nice investments, purely based on the fact that, unfortunately, just didn't sell that much. I truly believe if we were to see Tier 2 or Tier 3 being accepted after this, that branded group, the Tier 2 or the Tier 3, would sell quite a fair bit more in comparison to the hoodie pants. I do believe that these are going to work out nicely. That is those are the words of faith I have in them. Yes. So, all right, cool. We'll leave it be. Those are probably the most approachable things. So, all right, cool. And then for last, Baby Hippo Tier 3 armor. A big, fat, wrinkly, silly little thing. Again, it's made a reference to that Baby Hippo in the zoo, isn't it? So, Baby Hippo, what do you consist of? A rock. What? A rock. Oh. Just a rock, yes. I own 57 of them. Technically speaking, it's in the positive right now, although it probably would be better off if it was a bit higher. Only 49 listed, 14 have sold the past 24 hours. It does look quite thin. I'm not sure if some tier 3 armor would cause this, in particular, to spike a price very nicely. But I guess why not? Why not? So yeah, very thin. Maybe it could work out better. We'll see. But yeah, do you truly want to dress up as a hippo? Just rolling around in the mud, all wet and smelly? Shut up. Anyway, so yeah, cool. But not sure if the rock's going to really change that much. So aside from all of that, out of all the skins today that we looked at, and yes, there was quite a lot of them, what happens to be your most favourite skin? What skin do you truly believe has a very good chance of potentially being accepted in an upcoming Rust store? So every week since we started only looking at collection continuations, have we noticed a lot more collection continuations each week? Because I am noticing the time slowly going up higher and higher and higher. I do apologise, but there's something to talk about. I've got to talk. There's a reason why I thought, I should probably remove all the other things if they're not relevant based on what we're here for. Identifying collection continuations and considering investments. Alright, anyway, so let's go over to here. Micro522.com. So, I can confirm to you the top performing skins so far. Crypt Sarcophagus Box, yes. An interesting crypt theme large box. That is performing very nicely. Lots of upvotes. Look pretty good. 3.38 to 1 in terms of upvote to downvote ratio. Tire Pyre Barbecue. Oh, that's a pretty cool looking design. Yeah. I don't think I have that in my collection. I probably might need to add that. I realised I don't think I have that. Well, guess what? Now I do. Yippee! Cool. So, got that in. Now we also have the Easy Smelt Electric Furnace. Someone said, someone needs to do an Easy Bake Oven. The second we found out electric furnaces were going to become skinnable. Your wish has come true. So props to Ted and Pigeon. Let's see if that works out nicely. What delicious sugary treats are we going to be able to make in this? Oh, I can't wait to showcase. Anyway, over to here we've got the Neon Electric Furnace Scion, the Optimized MP5, Encryption Jackhammer, Iron Phoenix, Garage Door, got Cargo Heli Electric Furnace, Boxing Helmet Burlap Head Wrap. I've got to give props to them. That's cool. I like that. And yeah, then we got Apotheosis of War as a fridge. Hazma Sheet Metal Double Door. So yeah, honestly, some very interesting skins have been submitted overall, but collection continuations wise, it's been pretty good. So yeah, that's basically everything that needed to be said. Keep an eye out. Let's see if we can get any early picks this week. Let's see if we can see some very interesting collection continuations being accepted. You never know, it could also be previous week's skins. So, alright, cool. That's it. That's a wrap. So, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. And don't forget, Twitch drops tomorrow. So, let's just quickly go after here. Twitch drops will be dropping. Go to twitch.facepunch.com, alright? You might be watching this tomorrow. Twitch.facepunch.com. You'll see specifically when it starts in your time zone. And again, I will be streaming tomorrow. You can get all the general drops by watching me as I sit here showcasing skins and talking about potential interesting things to chase after. What prices to offer for all these skins when we do the abnormal barters. Every single skin is abnormal except the SKS, and that's it. So we do have quite a lot to chase after tomorrow. Cool. So that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Have a lovely day. Catch you later. Say goodbye.